Hi everyone, this is Keith Pabian from Pabian Law. For our final weekly video for 2025, I thought that it might be really helpful to talk about lessons taught from 2025 while we look ahead to 2026 as it relates to H-2B visa petitions. So overall, 2025 was actually a really good year for H-2Bs. In the midst of what felt like endless changes on the immigration law front, 2025 saw stability with H-2Bs, predictability, and overall success. We had more approvals than we've ever had at Pabian Law this year. And most importantly, what we saw with our clients is that they were happy where we were able to bring predictability through statistics and trends and looking back at data to be able to predict the future. What we also saw outside the firm is really important. The current administration really seems to buy into the need for H-2B visas. We saw the U.S. Department of Labor, the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Labor publicly endorse work visas, and then we've seen that play out in the H-2B visa process. For example, the U.S. Department of Labor opened early during the government shutdown to continue processing petitions, which allowed our summer season clients to stay on track. Meanwhile, the U.S. Department of Labor processing times continue to improve across the board. We saw winter season petitions approved earlier than ever, and we saw summer processing times improve as well. The U.S. Department of Labor still has a ways to go, but overall, they're trending in the right direction. Also, in the Big Beautiful Bill, the government set aside more money for the U.S. Department of Labor to improve processing times for H-2B and H-2A agricultural visas. Now, in the meantime, we're also seeing some weird things play out. For example, cap relief in the spring, it took a little bit longer for the government to announce it, which delayed some things and provided some anxiety for filers. And now, where we're sitting in mid-December, the government is yet to announce cap relief for the next fiscal year, which is causing a lot of anxiety and angst across the board. Hopefully that gets announced soon, but it's already later than it has been announced in prior years. Now, in the meantime, that's really the numerical cap and cap relief, which relates to out-of-country visas. That relief is really important because demand continues to increase across the board. 2025 saw the most petitions ever filed for both summer and winter seasons, and 2026 promises, I think, projects to have a similar outcome where we see more petitions filed. So, kind of in short, 2025 has been a really interesting year. H-2Bs have been wildly successful, but also we're seeing some challenges surface with cap relief and with also some ancillary impacts from other immigration initiatives, which is causing things like consulate denials and consulate delays and so on. As we turn the calendar to 2026, I'm expecting similar things. I think it's going to continue to be a really successful and needed program for hospitality organizations across the country. But I also think that what 2025 showed is that it is incredibly important to understand what's going on in the world of immigration, how some things impact H-2Bs. Like, for example, with so many humanitarian programs being terminated, I think demand for H-2Bs is going to also increase because of that. But again, I think 2026 is overall going to be a good year as long as organizations take the time to plan, to educate themselves, and to strategize. And that's where Pabian Law is so good and has so many resources because we put education and planning front and center with all of our clients. So if you need any help, if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. For those of you that we've worked with in 2025, thank you all so much. It's been a wonderfully successful and fulfilling year. And I'm so excited to work with so many of you in 2026. From all of us at Pabian Law, I want to wish you all a very happy holidays. I hope that you all get some time to relax around the holidays and a very happy new year. And here's to a very great and successful 2026. Thanks so much, everyone, and I'll see you next year.